How you doing? How you doing? The Reanimated Global Event is here, and it's the last event of Year 8 Season 1. It's actually a pretty cool one because it gives you somewhere around 2.5x your headshot damage, which is ridiculous. It's sort of like a zombie mode. If you don't kill the enemies with a headshot, they get back up. You got to do cerebral separation. When you do get a kill with the headshot, you're going to see this green cloud of smoke, which is pretty cool because it heals you and it's corrosive damage to the enemy. This opens up a lot of fun builds, and it's a real nice addition to that escalation farming. Today, I'm providing you some really cool builds you can slap together and just reap in those rewards. Lock and load, let's do this.
I'm the last man in the dark zone. Bag full of junk, call it backbone.
Wait.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
Bandidos, what up? Your boy Tux with the Division 2. So this event's gonna run till the end of the season, so just about a week. And it's definitely worth playing. You're gonna have to make sure you go into the event and activate it. There's some challenges here you can complete for more red stars. There's also a mini rewards track that you can progress through by earning red stars. They are key for these types of events. They basically act like a form of currency. When you earn these red stars, not only do they allow you to unlock the rewards track, you can go here to the season vendor and spend them on whatever you want, like exotic caches, legacy season caches, or even named item caches. All good stuff. So to get the good loot, you need the red stars. Every time you level up your character, you get one. So one SHD level equals one red star. You want to play on the max difficulty that you're able to, like heroic, and you want to turn on as many directives as you can. If you can play with all 5, that'll give you 125% more XP per activity. And that's going to start racking up those red stars. But keep in mind, when it comes to XP farming, it's about clearing activities quickly. And if directives slow you down, then it could be counterproductive. But with this build, that's not going to be a problem. So this build is designed to perform the same whether you're running directives or not. Every season, one of the directives is going to put pressure on your ammo, whether it's ammo hoarders or pistolero. It's not that big of a deal for these type of builds though, because they don't require a lot of ammo, even if you use the rifle. So don't feel like you have to run this as a pistol build. If you want to use the 1886 or even a sniper, you can do that. Now, you can just play this event with whatever build. If you're killing enemies with the body shot, they're just going to get back up. To play this event really efficiently, headshot-oriented builds is really the way to go. So it could be a sniper build, a pistol build, a rifle build, or even assault rifles that focus on headshots, like the Bighorn. Now, I got a few builds for you, but the star of the show is going to be my headshot core strength build. Before we get into the build details, let me tell you why. When it comes to Reanimated, with its 2.5x headshot damage, you're going to be like way overpowered. Like seriously. So we're approaching the build backwards. We're basically saying, how much can I build into utility and defense and still get my one-shot kills with the ability to chain kill? And that's what I'm bringing you today. And we got a couple of variations on whether you're playing solo heroic, solo escalation, and group legendary or group escalation. This isn't a one and done build either. This build actually works beyond the global event. Now, core strength is all about easily creating a tanky build while leaning into the cores for skill efficiency and weapon damage. And that's perfect for headshot builds because of Headhunter. This is what allows you to one-shot kill and chain kill in heroic and legendary content, as well as escalations. Although headshot damage is a component to Headhunter, weapon damage is what gets you to max potential. That's where core strength comes in. It's not going to be as strong as Hotshot, but just to show you that this is a really good build, I am running this with all directives, no global seasonal modifiers, and no reanimated event. And you can still one-shot chain kill. The build works without the global event and without the modifiers. The main difference between this version and the other ones is the armor level. So this one has 2 million base armor, which is 4 armor cores, and we got 4% armor regen. Using the pistol as our baseline, we have 178% headshot damage, and we have 49% protection from elites. So this is going to be your baseline build. Okay, since we're focusing on the global event, let's take a look at that version. So this is the build I'm using for solo escalation up to tier 6. It's also great for solo heroic, team play for heroic and legendary strongholds with the reanimated event. It's the same exact build. The only changes I made was to the armor level. Because we have the buff coming from reanimated event, I can step up my armor level and still chain kill, even in group. So the mask now has an armor core and the holster as well. So everything's got headshot damage, and we got 3 protection from elite mods just like before. All of that armor is pointless unless you're running something like the Memento. This is going to give you 3% armor regen, and with the chest piece, you're at 4% armor regen. And it gives you 10% bonus armor per blue core. That's 60% bonus armor. 1.32 million in bonus armor per blue core. On top of the 2.2 million, that's 3.5 million in armor from a single kill. Those trophies stack, so your armor gets like absolutely ridiculous. That's why we're running all of the armor cores, so that we can have really good armor regen, really exceptional bonus armor, and then the protection from elites is going to protect all of that. Because of core exercise, we're going to get 40% of the other 2 core bonuses. So for red cores, that's 40% and 15% weapon damage. And for skill tiers, 40% of 15% skill efficiency. So tons of skill efficiency. The backpack is giving us 30% skill efficiency as well. And we got a skill tier plus 30% weapon damage coming off of the backpack. All of the skill efficiency from the gear set plus the skill efficiency from the backpack is giving us a really good uptime for our defender drone. This thing is absolutely wonderful. Plus your protection from elites plus your bonus armor is amazing survivability. And then we have the decoy. Short cooldown, maximum duration thanks to all the efficiency. I went with the survivalist specialization because it gives us 10% protection from elites. That's adding to the 3 protection from elite mods we have here, pushing us to 49% protection from elites. So you want the 1886, put on as much expertise as you can, and make sure you're running determined. It doesn't have to be prototyped. We're not getting much value out of that. I'm using the harvest as my primary weapon for heroic open world stuff. It doesn't have to be prototyped, but definitely put on as much expertise as possible. Damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover is great. And then determined, of course, so you can turn all of those body shots into headshots. And then you want the Nemesis. By no means am I claiming that any of these are the best builds for Reanimated. Reanimated is so overpowered, you could do whatever the hell you want. Just giving you what I'm running, and I like doing things a little bit different for this event because it's so damn strong. So going out there with an all-red rifle build or an all-red hotshot build just isn't that cool for me because you don't need to be out there with all red. This is one of those events that invites creativity. And the only time you might want to consider how creative you get is when you're playing Escalations in group. But don't worry, I have that build for you coming next. For everything else, even Legendary, yeah, armor up, add utility, get creative. So yeah, I even used this all armor core strength build in a fully 4-man scaled Legendary Tidal Basin Stronghold. And this is how we fared. Not too shabby. This works for just about everything, except again, if you're playing in group and Escalations, you're going to want to tack back the armor so you don't freak out your teammates. Earlier I mentioned armor and escalation doesn't really mix. That's because of the mutators, the one called Harvester in particular. When dealing damage, this enemy regenerates armor and health by a percentage of your maximum armor. With other builds and a lot of armor, you're not going to be able to kill that target very easily. And I tested this up to tier 6. I think you can keep going with ease, but that's as far as I took it. Because you're killing enemies with a single shot, the overheal is not much of an issue. They don't really have time to heal. So the maximum armor and Harvester combination in Escalation is just not going to be a deal. I definitely don't recommend joining a group in Escalation with this. It might freak people out, trigger them, and they might kick you off the team. But don't worry, I got your back for team builds. The thing that really becomes a pain in the butt is not because of your armor directly. It's that in Escalation particularly, the higher the tier, the more HP the enemies have, which makes their helmet very hard to crack. So the best strategy for that is just to take everybody out and leave the helmet guy for last. From there, just whack him on the head until his helmet breaks, and then he becomes an easy target. For named bosses, you don't have to worry about hitting them in the head because they're not going to reanimate. But if you get a Chunga that's not a named boss, you're probably going to want to finish him with a headshot. Otherwise, he's going to get back up and you have to kill him again. Leave him for last. And what I recommend doing is breaking his weak point so that he stops using his heavy weapon. And then from there, just whack him in the head as many times as it takes till he's down for the count. Now, you're not going to encounter too many of these guys. I maybe see 3 or 4 throughout the whole mission of Lincoln Memorial, which will be available all week for Escalation. And mind you, I'm doing this on tier 6. So because bosses aren't going to get up if you don't kill him with a headshot, you can kill him with body shots. Break his weak point, which is going to shatter his armor, and then just finish him off with body shots, and don't even worry about the head. Everybody else is going to be really easy to kill. Before I jump into the team build, let me just walk you through the end boss of Lincoln Memorial. So you're going to get this real heavy guy. He has an immunity thing going on. You have to break his weak point, but every now and again, you can reapply his immunity to last for, I don't know, like 30 seconds or something like that. Just going to have to be patient. If the boss happens to get the Harvester mark, the mutator, then he's going to be a big pain in the ass for a one-shot build. You can do it. You just have to really pump out the shots, but it's tough because he's going to start regenerating based on your armor. The trick is just to make sure you have a really good big mag, high RPM weapon in case the final boss has the Harvester mark. In the final fight, he didn't end up having the Harvester mark, but I used the LMG anyways just to get it done really quickly. I break his weak point, which is only going to take a couple of hits. It's not super hard. And once the weak point is broken, I find a corner and swap my weapon out. And I recommend the GR9 because it's got a really big bag, and put Frenzy on it. Lay into him with Frenzy. That sustained damage will do the trick. Truthfully, you don't need to go in there with this much armor. So feel free to strip back some of these armor cores, maybe put on 2 or 3 weapon damage cores. But from a one-shot kill, chain killing advantage point, it really didn't make a difference. I just wanted to show you that one build can rule it all here. This is what I think is the strongest rifle build in the game. Well, if it's not the strongest, it's up there. If you're looking for max power because you're running in Escalation with a group, then this is your Huckleberry. So same rifle, same sniper. You want the Harvester or the Regulus. I'm going to go with the Harvester. Now on this one, I'm running Sharpshooter for more headshot damage. You can also run something like the White Death instead of the Nemesis. You're running 2 pieces of Breaking Point. Now, you don't need prototyped gear on this build, but I am trying to make the strongest rifle build, so this is a little bit more advanced one. By no means is it perfect. As far as augments, you know, they don't do a lot for you here, so just go with whatever makes sense for you. Here's my second piece. Everything's going to have headshot damage on it. For the knees, Fox's Prayers, naturally. Rifle damage, damage to targets out of cover. For the chest, we're running 2 pieces of Zidoka. I don't care how to say it, so don't try to correct me. Let's just say Zoo. Magazine size, rifle damage, weapon damage, headshot damage, weapon handling, and then, of course, Headhunter again. And finally, the backpack is the same for that rifle damage, and we're running Vigilance. The gloves are a flex piece, but if you are looking for peak damage when you can, then the Overdogs are it. Decoy, I highly recommend. You could also run a shield with this if you wanted to, with 180% headshot damage. This build is way overpowered for Reanimated, but you're going to need something like this if you're playing in group in higher tier Escalations. Let me give you a quick pro tip that'll be helpful, especially if you're new around here. To get the most out of Headhunter, the chest talent, it's best to kick off the fight with the strongest one-shot weapon you have available. I like the Nemesis. Whichever it is, start with that one to earn your first headshot kill to proc Headhunter. Then rotate to what's going to be your primary weapon. Depending on what I'm playing, if it's open world, it's the pistol. If I'm in Escalation tier 6, it'll be the rifle. So I'll rotate to that weapon and I'll get one more headshot kill, and that's going to activate Determined. And from that point forward, I can shoot any enemy anywhere and it'll count as a headshot kill. You don't have to be a headshot king to run this headshot build. You just have to be able to land at least 2 headshots in a row. And you do have to repeat this loop from time to time if somebody with a helmet comes around and takes away your Headhunter buff. My full run of a tier 6 escalation at Lincoln Memorial with the Reanimated event. This is build number 2, so it's got full armor. I'll be leaning mostly into the rifle. Let me know what you guys think of the Reanimated event and what build you're running to kick its ass. Did you just stick with the tried and true hotshot build, or did you get creative and slap something silly together? Drop your build in the comments and let's chat it out.
Got a visual on additional hostiles.
Setting up a turret. You're going nowhere.
soon.
Load up the guns, bring your fucking friends in the dark zone. Burn it all again.
Can't see any hop.
Burn it all again.
One more shot and I'm a goner.
According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Grenade out.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. If this one landed right, do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe. Totally helps. And if you want to catch the next one when it drops, just flip on notifications. Big thanks to all the channel members and everyone supporting the channel. You guys are the reason this community keeps growing stronger every day. I'm so proud.
Insane, in the brain, crazy, insane, got no brain.
Oh, yeah, if you're digging the music and want access to those really cool gamer music playlists and weekly beat packs, Tux's Players Club is always open. Just hit join or check the link in the description. No pressure though. I seriously appreciate you being here either way. If you're not ready to join but still want to check out the music, I've got a public playlist you can listen to right now. Links in the description. Catch you in the next one. Later.